All right, and welcome to the Crafta and JoJo channel. I'm going to set you right here. Today I'm going to be working on these little notebooks. I buy them at the Dollar Tree, and then I bring them home, sand them down, and then turn them into something hopefully better looking than this. This was my first attempt. This is paper mache up here. This is a wood glue and, what's it called? Cornstarch mixture clay. That I found is very soft, and so I'm trying to make something a little stronger. I have started that process already here. This is toilet paper, cornstarch, and Elmer's glue. Very slimy. But it does get a good consistency. I think there's a little too much moisture going on in here, so I want to add some more TP to it, and so I will do that. My kid's done weird things. He's sitting in a plastic bin, and, well, he's nude, so I'm not going to record him, because that's not appropriate. Not that kind of a person. Anyways, where did my TP? Oh, there it is. He's just being goofy, being the JoJo. So the Crafta thing. Some of you might be wondering why I'm calling my channel Crafta and JoJo. Well, yesterday I was down here playing with him, and he told me...
No. My name is Doctor.
What?
My name is Doctor.
Your name is Doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm talking to some other people right now, okay? Okay, thanks.
What are you talking to?
I started a YouTube channel for us so that people can hear how silly you are. Anyways, so yesterday when we were playing, he told me that I was Crafta because I was in my craft room. And it just kind of stuck. I'm Crafta when I'm crafting, apparently. And yesterday he was... Hey, dude, what were you yesterday? Animal... What? There are animals on your captain?
No.
He was like the animal protector or something like that yesterday.
No. No.
No? What was it?
It was a squirrel.
Okay. So anyways, that's where Crafter came from. And I thought, hey, what a cool name to stick with for this. I really wish he had clothes on right now so I could show you the silliness that he's doing. But he's been playing outside in water with the hose. Just having a good old time. So just a little bit about the kid. He's 4 years old. Like I said before, full of mischief. Has lots of silly things going on in his head all the time, and I love it. I love his creativity. He likes to be in here with me because, well, first off, I'm awesome. Who doesn't want to hang out with me all day, right? The other reason is because don't break your tablet, dude. You already cracked it once. He likes to do his own craft things. So I have allowed him certain shelves in my craft room that are just his stuff, and he can get to it whenever he wants to and do his art stuff. Most of the time, that's just a pipe dream, really. Most of the time, it's sort of, oh, I see you have this thing, and so I need it for my crafting now. And so he does, what little boys do. Just takes what they want. So yeah, that's what JoJo does. He runs in and out of my craft room, into the backyard, back into here, telling me kind of cool things that he's doing, and letting me know if I need to see something that he thinks is really important, and I play along. I mean, life's too short not to pretend when you can. If I didn't have any kids and I was down here pretending, I could see where there would be some concern. But I do have a kid, and he is my pride and joy. Alright, let's see how this did.
Look.
Whoa! That's cool. We get soundtrack. Alright, let's check this out. Still so slimy. But, oops, dropped some. It's less slimy. I don't see it really holding together that much. I'm going to add some more TP. Again, Dollar Tree, man. So, with the toilet paper shortage, I noticed, like, I think it was last month, maybe, when I was at Dollar Tree, that they were putting little notes up, please only take what you need. Is there really still a toilet paper shortage? If there is, I feel kind of bad wasting all this toilet paper on my crafts, but I mean, hey, I'm kind of thinking it's more of propaganda, maybe? I don't know. Who wants to get into that kind of topic? Not me. Somebody that started, right? I know what you're thinking. Alright. So the end game for this whole thing about all this crafty stuff I'm doing, eventually I would like to set up an Etsy account. And then start selling some of my crafts on there. But, where'd that book go? Who would want to buy this? Like, looks like, yeah, it could definitely use a bit of work. So, practice makes perfect, right? Practicing first, then I'll put some stuff out there that people might want to buy. And then when I do that, I will start adding that link to my channel. It's just trying to get the right consistency. Okay, we're getting there. A little more. Really what I wanted to get this to is more like the paste of a clay. Or the texture of a clay. So not as much moisture in it. So I can remember, like, when I was a kid, hearing about people's houses getting TP'd. Making this, I can only imagine how angry people would get. Because it's not like you can just go out there, pull it out of the tree or off of the house or whatever. And then those same people egging your house. That, coming home and having this basically shellacked to my house would really make me upset. And that's really what you're doing when you're adding egg to stuff like that. Like, whoa, there goes a bunch on the floor. Craft room doesn't have to be clean. I will clean it though, because in some ways I'm a neat freak. If you were to see my entire craft room right now, you'd be like, right, you're a neat freak. I've seen monkeys neater than this. Alright. I think we are where I want to be with this. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, now that we have that done, I'm going to put this like that, set it aside, and we are going to cut out a piece of cardboard for this. I think I might have already done that, but I don't know where I put it, so we're going to do another one. This piece of cardboard was the back of a fuzzy poster. You know what? No. Yeah, we are going to do that. Okay, so move things out of the way. Yes, okay. McClendon's, back when they used to have ladies' night. I think this was the last ladies' night I ever went to at McClendon's. It's very sad when they stopped that and started like charging an arm and a leg to go there. It's only a matter of time for things like that to happen, really. Somebody sees a money-making opportunity and they're all over it. Can't really blame them. All right. I'll show you what I'm doing. Measuring. So, take my book and lay it out. Actually, let's see. Flip this sucker. It's not flipping. Alright, so you see what I'm doing here? So awkward. Hopefully I will get more experience at this whole video making business and won't make people motion sick when I'm making my videos. 'Cause, yeah, that's not the nicest thing. Hey, my bud. Joey. Can you please turn the volume down on that? Thank you.
Is it better?
Much better, thanks. So I traced around that cover with my scissors. You barely see the lines there, but that makes it a little bit easier to cut out. You don't have to use a pencil. It's cutting through like about halfway through that cardboard. So then when I bend it, it does that. See? Super easy. And this doesn't have to be exact because you're going to be going over it with all kinds of decorations and things. Now, instead of using this to measure because it's probably going to be way off, I'm going to do the same thing I just did again. Taking the cover, putting the cover down on here, scooching it down to the very edge of the last cut. This is really, really close to being the exact right size as far as, you know, it's called, not, well, I guess it would be depth, yeah. All right. Tracing over that sucker again. And then over this crossways here. Went up a little bit. I feel like I'm cutting towards you and that's not nice. Silly, right? Like, this is a video. You can't really cut your people, Laura. Alright. We're cutting this sucker out again. This is probably going to be one of those YouTube channels that people watch at night when they're trying to get their minds to shut off so they can go to sleep. I don't care. It's just fun to make them, actually. I was really nervous about it for the longest time. I'm like, I don't really have the camera face, but who cares when you're on YouTube, right? I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that do not have the camera face, and they do pretty darn good for themselves. I'm not really doing this to make money, mostly just because, why not? Alright, so now, front and back of your notebook. We're going to take Elmer here, put a lot of Elmer's glue all over the front of this notebook. I really wish I knew how to switch this around. Flip the camera. Flip it. Gosh, how do I flip this? You know what? I'm just going to flip it this way. Alright, let's see. Now you can see what I'm doing. Just like so. And then slap it on there. For angry, take out some aggression when you're putting this on your... Bam! Good. Alright. Maybe not so much aggression. And I'm recording areas that I don't need to record. Why not, you know? Just why not? So the back of this hasn't been sanded down yet. So I'm not going to do that part right now. But what I'm going to do is start building on this. So, let's see how we can... Oh gosh, I can't. Alright, let's see. Son of a biscuit eater. This is just a lot more work than what I had anticipated. Okay. I really am going to have to invest in, like, some sort of holder device. Ooh, maybe... Nope, that won't work. Okay. Okay, so it needs something behind there. Gosh. You know, this is really annoying. Okay. So now you can see what I'm doing. Definitely gonna have to work on this. Alright. And now I'm so distracted I can't remember what I was gonna do. Paste. The stuff we made. Alright. So. Back to this tub. So you're gonna drop the lid on the floor first. Yeah. That's step number 1. Add it with this. Thanks, buddy. You're going to take this paste and you're going to make whatever backing you really want, like as far as, no, we can go with bumps and lumps, whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking what I'm going to do with this one is probably mostly texturing. So I was thinking that this reminds me a lot of snow. So I'm just going to like dab it all over here and make it look like snow. And then when I paint over this with some white paint, it's going to have that snow texture. So I might even put a snowman on here. Go for a Bob Ross happy little snowman. Happy accidents, whatever, I don't know. Something I will point out is that if you do not like slimy textures, you might want to stay away from this. This is so slimy, and I don't like slimy textures. But I'm just going to go with it. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. You can make some sound effects, whatever. Or you can have your toddler in the room with you and entertaining you with their silly cartoons. Okay, now I'm seeing something else here. Okay, I'm seeing a really cool heart shape going on. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really cool looking. Giving me more ideas for other projects. Slap that on there. The other thing that this texture kind of reminds me of is like a cloud, right? So, oh, no, I didn't do it. Okay, never mind. One of the other things you can use this for is the texture of a cloud. Put it on there, let it dry, paint over it, and bam, you've got a really cool cloud. I'm wanting this to look more like a little blizzard going on with a snowman and all that stuff. Speaking of blizzards and snowmen, I am a published author. Went through Penworks Publishing. They're really awesome. My book I have out is called Common Interest. And in that book, there's a blizzard and cute snow creatures. Just made me think of that. Not trying to like sell ya on reading a book just because I mentioned it and I made it and I'm really awesome. And I really love my book and I want more people to buy it. No, it's not that. It's just, you know, just something. If you can't fall asleep, my book will help you sleep. Probably not the best advertisement, right? Oh, read my book. It'll lull you to sleep. Sleep. Yes, sleep. Wicked witch there. For those of you that didn't know. Alright, so. Alright. It looks like a TP'd wall, right? Cool, huh? Yeah, that's not what I was going for. Let's just keep messing with this. I guess it's probably going to stay looking like a TP'd wall until I finish everything else on it, but, you know. Okay, so now, the other thing we want to do now, at this point, is figure out what to do. Because I'm thinking This is still a little wet. So I'm going to need to... Oh, I have this. Huh. I forgot I had this other stuff I made yesterday. Alright, so this stuff... Swapping out. This, storage-wise, I just keep it in this little tub. I made this yesterday. So far it's not getting stinky or anything, but I'll let you know if anything changes in that department. I'm thinking I'm probably going to use it so quickly that it won't do that. Now this stuff here that looks like cottage cheese and has about the same texture of a dried cottage cheese is also toilet paper, but this one has mostly wood glue and some cornstarch in it. It's not sticking together like, oh gosh, scooch over the way book. It's not sticking together like I would really want it to, but it might be a really good way of making my snowman because it is not adding more moisture to the already quite wet cover of the book right now. So it is kind of keeping the form of a ball, which is better than it was doing before. Okay, so back to this is so annoying. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, obviously. Okay, it's a little bit better. So I'm making my snowman balls. Snowman balls. Alright. Squeeze the balls tight to make them form together because there's not so much moisture. You've got to do more squeezing. Okay. Here's the bottom. I think this is a good head size, and so we need to do one not so big or small. In between size. This feels so weird, I'm telling you guys. It's like I'm playing cottage cheese. It's not something I ever dreamed I would do. Like in my weirdest dreams. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Now, placement. I think we'll put him in the center. Okay, so now here's the other problem we're going to have here. Is that these should be flatter because they're going to be on the front of this book. It's just going to be sticking out, right? Obviously, they're going to be super closer together than that, but it's still going to be sticking out, catching on things and everything like that. So, I need to smush the ever daylights out of these guys. And okay. So that's, I mean, like I said, I'm no professional in this aspect at all. In case you haven't already noticed. Already noticing problems as I do my crafty stuffs. I kind of figure this is like real life crafting. You go to a friend's house, do arts and crafts, and they're like, ooh, let's do this, let's do that. And then like, oh wait, we can't do that, we can't do this, we can't do. Then you got to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this? All right, wine coolers and Netflix, that's how. This is taking forever and ever. Wow, this bad for me. Losing my patience. Okay, come on, come on. You can do this. There we go. Looks like he's got some jowls, but oh, and it works. You know, it works. now, bam. So, once this guy dries, then I'm going to paint over it with white paint. And then I'm going to I will find some little branches, and I will glue actual branches on here for his little arms. And then I will probably put little beads or buttons on him for the coal, and get a piece of yarn and do the scarf piece. So that's probably going to be the next video, but this is the beginnings of the video, so, you know, at some point I will be far more organized, and I will have step-by-step things all the way through, from start to finish. But, you know, I watch those videos and they irritate me, because I'm like, dude, I want to follow along with you, but I don't want to have to come back and find the same video again. So, yeah, there's that. Also, we can move on to another craft. I'm going to show you something else that I made. Set this guy in the windowsill to dry. Alright, where'd that go? Here it is. Oh dear, there's water there. Over there. I'm going to keep this piece of cardboard with that first book we made, because I want to make sure that things that are supposed to be together stay together. Hopefully the kid doesn't steal it. This one here that I did yesterday is a whole bunch of wet paper towel and toilet paper and stuff that I kind of made it look like a tree, but it's still not completely dry, so I can't paint it yet. This right here is that cottage cheese-like stuff that I did to kind of give it more of a base. I'm thinking I'm going to paint some of these to look like rocks. I'm not sure what this guy's going to be yet. Probably a stump, because to me this looks like an old dying tree. But we'll see how that goes. Now, this other one that I did yesterday, it has a ribbon that I glued to the spine of the book, because I'm figuring somebody can be working on something and mark the page, right? I thought it was pretty cool. So that was the other way that you can do the gluing of the backs onto the books, or the covers on the books. Adding that if you have a thick enough spine. Not like your spineless or anything. But anyways, where am I going with this? If you have a smaller book, like this one, you can always take a little ribbon and tie it here to go through there to mark the space. If your book doesn't have the spiral going on here, but it has a thinner bind, or a thinner spine that's more of like paper, or like that bigger book that I just showed you, you can always just glue on the front inside. The ribbon can be glued like right up in here. You'll want to make sure you do it with a really good glue, because it's okay to have your first your first page glued in place. That's not going to hurt anybody. So there's that option. The other thing is, I got these sparklies at Dollar Tree. I didn't realize when I bought them that these things are actually all stuck together. So you kind of have to rip them apart. But they're stuck together with this really rubbery glue. I really want to figure out where they get that glue, because it's really nice. That is how these guys are stuck on here, is just with that glue. But like I showed you at the beginning, one of the little sparkly guys fell off on this blue one here. So I'm going to have to figure out a better way of doing that. I'm thinking of going through with a hot glue gun to make sure things stay where I want them. But I'm in the process of packing up and moving, so I will be not having all of my crafty stuff out quite yet. When I do have my new place and my new craft room is set up, these videos are going to be super awesome. So, yeah. What else is there? Oh, how did I paint these guys? All right. Watercolor. Dollar Tree. This one is very, very messy, because the kid got a hold of it and was doing the whole, what does yellow and orange make, Mommy? What color does pink and orange make, Mommy? So, you know, those fun phases where they want to see what does what. So that got really messed up. And I actually ended up using that one to paint this. So it wasn't too bad. I mean, you can see I got a really nice sky going on in there. The pinks and purples and pretty much every color of the rainbow going on there. And that was fun. When you get to the part where you can actually start decorating and painting and creating more, it's so much fun. I love it. But I don't like waiting. And that's where we're at right now, is waiting. So that will be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. And if you are actually like enjoying these videos, it'd be really cool to know. I know today is the very first post, so I can't be too expectant that there's going to be like a bajillion people saying, oh my gosh, she's so awesome. I love her. I want to do all the crafts she does. Yeah, that's not going to happen this fast. I know that. But it would be nice to have at least one person be like, hey, yeah, I like this. I'll keep watching. That would be appreciative. I would be appreciative of that. So, yeah, that's it. Bye.